This is the third video on item type in OpenBridge Modeler. We have previously seen that in the utilities we have the item types listed, and these item types we can attach by selecting elements, individual elements, and then we can attach, and we have seen those procedure. Now in this video we'll see we have another method, and which is the efficient method in OpenBridge Modeler, and thus it is recommended through the feature definition. So if I show this, if I select this element, let's say the traffic barrier, we can see these are the properties here, and we see the feature is here, definition is barrier. So when we assign an element or any element, when we assign there, the feature definition always come, and we select the feature definition. So if somehow we can make some way that the feature item types will come with feature definition, that would be really good and efficient, so we don't need to select individual items. So let's say here there is no item types attached now. So how to attach with that? If I do the feature definition with that, so if we come in the Explorer, which is open now here, Explorer, inside the Explorer, if in the standard and in this file name is item type, I have just, but whatever the model file, I come here and there is the feature definition, and inside this feature definition, let's say I want to do the traffic barrier, which is here, and underneath this is the feature definition. When I select this, you see the properties, I put it on, and so does it comes here. You see the item type, items attached is none, but I can select from here all those listed in the utilities, all those listed here. It does come through here, and we can just select the items what we want to attach. So we can do the barrier, and I just select it. What will happen, you see the barrier, as I did, as I selected the barrier item types, it came through the, this is the feature and this is the one item selected, and thus barrier is written here. Now what happens to then, it's the feature definition, this is not the actual barrier. So if we come here, I'm looking at my properties now. You see the barrier properties item type, that was not previously attached, because I attached the barrier properties with the feature definition, thus it is attaching with the barrier. But I did not select this item and attach it by manually. It came through the feature definition, because when I assigned feature definition, when I assigned this element, I just selected barrier. I'll show you this one a little bit back. I'll go back and I'll show you from the beginning. Let's say I want to assign my traffic barrier. I don't have a traffic barrier at this moment, I deleted, so I want a place barrier, which is fine. You see always feature definition, so if I have the feature definition already barrier here, so as it is the barrier here, as it is the barrier here, I'm just assigning you can see the barrier properties item types is there. So because I just selected feature definition, the same way we can check another one is, let's say, peer. Now you can see this is the peer, and I don't have any item types attached here. It is the by default properties or some other information came through. It's by default, but it's not the item types. So what we want to go to the, I'll deselect. We want to go to the feature definition, and we want to go to the peer. We have to go to support. Let's say into the peer. So you see the peer inside. I'm inside the. This is the peer concrete piles. So I am just in the feature definition, and there are the properties. These are symboloses and those things, but this is the item attached, none. So I select that one, and what I do, I select okay the peer, and then I say okay, I will attach. Sorry, it gone. So I'll select this, I'll select that, and then I'll select peer cap, peer column, peer footing, peer pile. 4 items attached, and those are here. Okay, so those are here. Item types, you see the peer footing item types, peer pile item types, and then peer cap item types, peer column item types. But still it is not attached with this. It will be attached if the feature definition was correctly selected. So peer concrete pile, and we should have our items attached with the, you see, if I select the cap, you see I didn't go through, like uncovered the wrapping element and selected the element. It just selected the correct peer cap item types onto the cap by itself, because it came through the feature definition. You see the column, it's automatically gone into the column where the column item types through the feature definition. So how we got this in the feature definition, how we got it? So basically this will be set up by the CAD admin or the at the beginning of the project, not the regular drafter or modeler. We don't need to do regularly. It's at the beginning of the project in the feature definition. So I'll quickly show it where it is actually configured. So you see this one in the utilities, this one it's in the DGN lib. So where it is, so I'm working with the metric standard workspace. So if I go into the metric standard workspace, in the metric standard workspace, in the DGN lib feature definition file, you have these 3 files. One is the bridge feature level template temp metric dgnlib, which is the feature definitions, and item types is with this bridge item types metric.dgnlib, where we have defined those lists here. It's basically one dgnlib file contains that, and then basically if I open this, I'll close this one. If I open this, so this is the actual, that's the dgnlib file, where if you go into this, you can see those are defined here, and we have learned how we can do that, how we can attach item there, and these we have done inside. And then here basically we just need to make sure this is correspond to our feature definition file, which is here. So that's needs to be done, and in this list we can customize whatever list items we want, and those will come through the feature definition. But still there is another thing needs to be done. You see the bridge default standard CFG, so bridge default standard CFG, so you have corresponding CFG file for your workspace configuration. If I show that one, there is the item type msdgnlib list. This needs to be in your configuration file. Just this location needs to show. Once this is shown here, this configuration will automatically understand these item types. It needs to go with the dgnlib with the feature definition dgnlib that needs to go. So it must be there. So then it will go work with the feature definition files.